Okay, let me try this one more time. Since my argument for the Trent video that was, quote, retweeted by Grummz really got no attention, because ethics and fairness don't matter to you guys, apparently. At least that's optically the way it is. So, even though you don't care about that, let me try to explain this in a way you can understand. Yeah, this whole applying the enemy's logic against them, yeah, it's all fine and dandy for now. But frankly, I really think it's starting to be noticed by a couple people out there. And you keep it up, and it'll be noticed by a lot more normies or middle of the road people. Maybe you don't care about that. Fair enough. Fair enough. I still don't think it's such a great idea to blindly and uncritically just repeat and believe the words of people who are just as tribalistic and idealistic as the writers of Kotaku in many ways, and maybe even more dumb, especially from that Park Place, especially from Rosary Warrior, John F. Trent. Hell, he might as well call himself a Catholic justice warrior. Now, set aside the fact that I think Grummz is a ticking time bomb with questionable decisions being made both in the past and currently. Certain people like Hypnotic and a couple of other orbiters that a lot of report on just, whatever Grummz says or whatever Trent says or some other person within the sort of pipeline here. Let me just give you an example. I went over this on stream very recently. I cut it down to make it very simple to understand.
Look at this, who is allegedly, if not the CEO of Moon Studios, a producer or definitely a developer on the game. This was a comment that was left on a video where Hypnotic was covering some alleged pro DEI rhetoric from what everyone thought was a Moon Studios employee. And this is how he responded to that. And just to clarify this is from Thomas Mahler. Clarify this. Alexander Brazy, whatever the fuck this nigga's name is, hasn't been affiliated with Moon Studios in any way whatsoever for literally years now. And the fact that he now goes around making claims in the name of Moon Studios is sad, quite ridiculous. We've contracted him for a brief stint and subsequently fired him, which is quite special since we almost never fire people at Moon because he caused nothing but friction within our team. Brazy was part of that group that tried to get us canceled before, so we have no love for this person, nor do we share any of his insane beliefs. Moon is a straight meritocracy, always has been, always will be. We have not, nor will we ever hire a person for any other reason than that person being an absolute rock star in their particular field. We don't give two shits about race, color, gender, or anything else. Don DeMarco.
Why was this comment from Mailer put on a freaking YouTube video from one of these anti-DEI rising stars? And why is this being propagated here? Okay, in echo chamber. Remember what I brought up about the freaking little thing? The sort of message out there. It is completely sad and ridiculous that this person isn't willing to actually say any of this stuff on Twitter, but has to go to these small little YouTubers to let it go through the grapevine. Okay, why is this? I don't know. Why is this guy celebrating? Oh, look, I'm going to get this game because this guy virtue signaled on a fucking YouTube video comment section instead of fucking being a real man and taking a stand. Maybe he can't. Maybe his CEO co-founder won't let him tweet on Twitter. You'll see sometimes his little partner in the studio will tell him, stop, get off Twitter and get back to work or something like that.
I mean, this caught my attention. Grummz, no rest for the wicked looks to be a very cool game.
Join us and we will support you. We don't care if you do it. You do it on the DL. We're perfectly fine. Okay. See, virtue signaling. They've been trying to court freaking people in the gaming industry to come hither over to our side. And they finally caught one. Who isn't afraid of the grummy grubness of Grummz.
They did the right thing and fired their DEI agitator consultant early on for causing friction on the dev team. Good job. More companies need to get rid of activists. This is I mean, here's
There is almost no evidence of him actually being an activist. Yeah, maybe he's a soft lefty, left person who actually cares about people. I'm tempted to go into the article, but we'll see.
here's some gameplay. This game absolutely deserves your attention. No risks.
Why? Because they virtue signal for anti-DI, anti-woke people. Sure. Okay. It does look like a great looking game. Oh, and you
I'm
can
pretty sure it's
if you
$40.
go to the Steam discussion, you might find
No
some of their
reset?
sims
Wow.
being like, way to go. You've gone against the
And
DI, Sweet
price?
Baby Inc. agenda. It's just so pandering. So
It
sad.
is $40. Just what I said. $40. Bounding in the
Found
comments.
in the comics,
Shout out to
same
that
writer.
None of that Bible reading shit. Just straight. And no disrespect. I look my DEI consultants. They don't want to be read Bible scriptures too. I'm sorry. It is what it is. So anyway, so no rest for the wicked. CEO Tommy. So he is the CEO.
I'm going to purge the DEI out of you folks.
Go over those quotes again because we already saw it. As you can see here, in response to a lengthy thread justifying DEI practices by War Dog Studio CEO J. Law, Brazy posted, it would help if people understood effective DEI is about helping people who historically didn't have the network to get eyes onto their work, have a chance due to their equal skill. The whole merit smearing is banal, presumptuous, and out of touch with reality.
Now, how he reacts to this.
I do agree that DEI is supposed to help people whom otherwise would not have gotten an opportunity because of their circumstances. Obviously, I think even the most base white people will tell you, yeah, a lot of people probably don't get a lot of opportunities because of the circumstances that they come from. And it is a fact to say that minorities tend to come from less beneficial circumstances. However, that does not mean that you chop off the legs of others to maintain a height equality for everybody else. No. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with you saying, okay, we want to give more Black people or more Asian or more whatever people more opportunities, but you cannot do that while also spiting everybody else. Especially when Asians reject your DEI, or they reject your victimhood mentality and say, nah, we just good enough to do this shit on our own, and then you get
victimhood mentality. Yeah, leftists have scraping a good dosage of that. Why the fuck is Grummz and other people like Smash JT trying to follow? Cabrutus also. They're just victims. Oh, what are they victims of? What did they suffer because of their victimhood? Someone tried to cancel them, tried to get their Steam profile page taken away. Did that happen? No, they sort of got a horrible backlash. I don't consider people like that victims. The one employee should have been fired. Okay. And that's all I'll say on that. And Sweet Baby Inc., they're cringe as shit. I went over their ideology, their Kimbalair, as I filled in some of the spots I thought other people weren't covering. It was rather bad. It's quite interesting because the interview with Kimbalair was on, guess what? Assassin's Creed, not the new one. It was Valhalla. Some of her ideas about that was just so egotistical. I'm going to try to work that in with some of the other ideas. But in reality, the new Assassin's Creed game is 6 months away. They're priming to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. The backlash is real or not. Don't know about
get mad and lash out at Asian people and call them white adjacent. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Where's my? Are you out of your mind? You get what I'm saying? Brazy's comments and rebuked him in the comment on his author's coverage. This person is not affiliated with Moon Studios in any way whatsoever anymore. He added, we contract
again, some bitch shit. This was on a trade report video. Why not fucking say this stuff in the previous comment? This Brazy guy, Alex Brazy, tried to get him canceled. Okay, tried to get him canceled. How?
So basically, what Marlon did was
I'll let you know.
He went to a bunch of different videos on YouTube and copy and pasted that message, which is good news because
how are you going to cope with that?
And they're
watching you. They're respecting your opinion, or they're being little Weasley little bitches who don't want to fucking come out and just talk about it. Okay, yeah.
receiving the message. I think that's a
Weasley,
good thing.
oh, in this
So this is
article,
why we gotta be very-
I went over this myself. Complete and utter garbage in my personal opinion, and I don't even know how to really go with. Okay, this is about Ori. Oh, well, not really about Ori, about the studio. Okay, despite its beautiful Ori games, Moon Studio is called a oppressive place to work. Did environmental art for Willows of Wisp as a contractor. I thought they didn't hire contractors. Well, this is in the past, probably 2 years. They didn't include him in the credits despite him being responsible for 50% of the background. Take this with a grain of salt. This might not be true. Okay, this company seems like such bullshit and greatly sours my perception. Blah, blah, blah. Pathetic. I know someone who worked at all could be fake. Will Wisp for about 6 months. I'm surprised it took long for there to be an article about this company. Definitely believe the person I know is not the only one to be subjected to verbal abuse while working there. Indie studio, a couple years ago, around 80 people, and the sexual harassment was ridiculous towards the female employees. Was this Blizzard? Main perpetrator was complained about many times. It took him showing up coworker's apartment unannounced to finally be fired. Our experience weren't representative of the majority of employees. Okay, if I have to spell this out for you, Grummz is using you. He used the Trent report to actually smear this one guy who mentioned DEI once about talking about effective DEI as some sort of wokeoid. And yeah, he got fired by Mark Grummz Kern. He got fired by this other guy. Why did he get fired? What did I just say in that edit? He got fired not for being disruptive. It's for calling him out for what he perceived as an unhealthy work environment. You can agree or disagree, but him saying what he did, not on Twitter, just in your guys' comments section, that is so cowardly, as you might have just heard from my edit. A bitch move. Maybe you guys don't care about people doing bitch moves and you know what? Being pandered to and used. If you can use them in return, fine, fine. I have an issue with it. I think it's going to lead to a bad place. You got a problem with what I got to say? Put it down in the comments, or if you're a little bit bold, come on my stream. They're open invitation. DM me or just pop up in chat and ask to come on. Might not be a simple process if I'm in the middle of something, but I'm always down to talk. Or if you want to, I'm willing to go on other people's streams, but I don't want to be that presumptuous because I'm not looking for clout. I'm not looking for any of that shit. I just want, if you motherfuckers want to call yourself Gamergate 2 or follow in that legacy, maybe show a little bit of spine and a little bit of fucking ethics instead of just being a whole bunch of fucking clowns, which is my impression. And all of this could be wrong, but I think my criticism is solid. You don't want to respond to it? Fine, but I'll call you bitches for it because that's how I roll. Cowards, if they can't respond to the little bit of criticism that's coming from someone who is also against identity politics in video games, just a little bit more skeptical on those woke or DI claims. Because I also come from commentary community, and there is a certain level of evidence I need. Because what really broke the dam on all this? Johnny Depp, Kyle Rittenhouse, culturally, this shit gets exposed. Black Lives Matter scandal, and now DEI? Use that to push this shit hard. No reason to take some of these really weird steps that Grummz has you on. Maybe they're worth it in some cases, but all of them seem a little bit sus and gonna take you down a weird road. With that said, I'm done.